This is the ultimate prize in 9-ball. The US Open represents the pinnacle of a player's career. It's the one title players desire, and for the first time, it's being staged in Las Vegas. "256 players have battled through 3 days in a double elimination format. 16 have survived. This is now the knockout stage. Each match a race to 11 with the winner breaking. We are one match into the round of the last 16, and the big news here in Vegas is that Jason Shaw, the defending champion, is out. He fell to the world number 1 Joshua Filler. The German is the first man into the quarterfinals. Coming up now, the clash between Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and Ko Ping-Chung. In our second match of this round, Sanchez Ruiz won the lag and broke. He came up dry, and after a bout of safety play, Ko Ping-Chung, with ball in hand, cleared to take the opening rack. Ko Ping-Chung broke in the second, and he too came up dry, allowing the Spaniard to the table, where he ran out the rack. In the third, Sanchez Ruiz broke the trend and had balls down on the break. He then proceeded to run the rack out and take the lead. This is now the fourth. Commentary from Ted Lerner and Jim Weich.
It's the elimination stages, last 16. Match number 2 here on day 4. Spain versus Taiwan. And currently, Sanchez Ruiz 2-1 in front. Had a great break in the last.
No.
This one, well, not so much.
He's trying to make that one ball on the side, and it got close. But there you see, just barely missed that. And almost scratched as well. But he's left that one ball on, and a nice spread of the balls for Ko Ping-Chung.
In his mind, he's just weighing up the path that he wants that cue ball to take. Probably thinking about 3-4 shots ahead right now. Look out. Look out. Wow. That was misjudged, and look at that. I don't think he can get through to this too.
Not at all. It is blocked by the pocket. So he's going to have to, do you see a path, Jim?
Yeah, 3 cushions. That's what he's looking at. I mean, he'll try and hit that off the cushion it's nearest to. Well, he caught it off 2. The only danger with that is both balls head in the same direction. I think he intended 3 cushions, just slightly misjudged, but what a let-off. Francisco back to the table a little sooner than he probably thought he would be.
So perhaps Ko Ping-Chung, not quite sure of the speed of this TV table. And although it is the same tables that they were playing on in the preliminary rounds, the double elimination, there will be different conditions because of the lighting. And this will be a new table. This is only the second match played on this table, so it can take a while to get used to the conditions, but that's what pros do. You got to step up and be able to perform under different conditions.
Hit that one so nicely. He kept the 2
That was well
close to that corner pocket.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah, just a smattering of applause. And that shot certainly deserved much more. Great effort, this one.
And as you say, the key is, you know, the combination was there, but to keep the 2 ball under control. And now he's moved that cue ball into position to pot it and to maneuver it for the 3. Well, that's well done.
Doesn't want to contact any colors here. Swing the cue ball around the back. And if this 3 goes past the 8 and the side, and looks like it does, but he's just wrong angled himself now. He's got to get the opposite end of the table for the 4. This is tricky. And he's going to have to come with some cue power here. Let that cue out on this shot. Well, unless he can leave himself long distance. He's just showing you that might be the better option. Just give yourself a chance at the 4.
Well, how many times have we seen pool players try to do too much and it costs them? So you're right. Just give yourself a chance at it. Make sure you pot the object ball.
Oh, this looks good too.
We really like the way he's stroking this ball here. He is definitely feeling it today. He's come out here in a good mood, feeling good.
It's pretty important here too, Ted. He knows that Ko made a huge mistake. And so to capitalize from that mistake, you know, you plant those seeds of doubt into your opponent's mind. And this is an opportunity right now for Francisco to do just that.
That's right, Jim. And he's hoping he can put a package on Ko Ping-Chung. What we mean by that in pool parlance is to run a number of racks in a row, 3, 4, and 5 in a row, similar to what Filler did to Shaw in the last match.
Well, once again, just overran what would have been ideal position. This means he's got to travel a bit with that cue ball. Needs this to slow down, though.
Oh, this is, wow. He did a lot of very good work up until that point. Now he's put himself under some serious pressure. If he had to give up the table here, that would be a massive blunder.
Thin cut into the bottom right, just getting it set in his mind. The point of contact on the 9 and the path he wants it to take. Yes. Successfully done. Anxious moments for Sanchez Ruiz, but it's a 3-1 lead to the Spaniard. And David Alcady enjoying that too. Tougher 9 than he would have liked. But again, the sort of shot that builds your confidence. Again, targeting that 1. Power with control.
There it is. Well, this is going to be a nice break. Except nothing easy on the 2 ball. Plus, he'll have to cue over the 5 to get to the cue ball.
Yeah, the most successful breaks where we've seen players put racks together is when they've got that white back to the middle of the table. And Francisco didn't quite get that cue ball back to where he wanted it. And that's the reason he doesn't have an ideal look at the 2.
Yeah, that really increases the percentages that they'll have a good shot after the break if they make a ball. So he has to play safe instead. And that's why you want that cue ball in the center. Well, the 2-9 is sort of sitting there. He's going to go pull out the jump cue. And as we've seen time and time again, the Taiwanese are probably the best in the world at jumping. Although Joshua Filler was pretty good in the last match with that one in jumping. But hey, they go to school for this, for jump class, every Thursday.
2 in the afternoon.
Extension.
Yeah, you know what? Francisco didn't want that too near the 9. So he's targeting the left edge of the 2 as he looks. And chance to make the 9. Well, he got it moving. Now he needs to be a little lucky.
Nope, he's going to leave that on, and this is a good chance right here for Ruiz to put some distance between himself and Ko.
But successfully executed. What a chance here. Again, as you said, Ted, opportunity to go 3 clear.
So it was the dry break from Ko when Ko was up 1-0, and Ruiz put 3 on the board. So this is how you do it in 9-ball. You take advantage of the mistake, but you can't just win 1 rack against a guy like Ko Ping-Chung. We've got to put that package together. 3, 4 racks, and get some distance between you and your opponent and put that pressure on him as he sits there in his chair, helpless to do anything.
Nice recovery. And again, this game is all about taking advantage of every opportunity. Got to score when given the chance. Nine parked to the bottom of the corner pocket, and that's 4 in a row.
Welcome back to Las Vegas for the 2019 US Open. It's the opening round of knockout matches. Spain's Sanchez Ruiz against Ko Ping-Chung. Ruiz dominated the opening exchanges, leading 4-1. In the 6th rack, he broke and ran the rack out. The 7th saw a dry break for Ruiz, who narrowly missed scratching. A bout of safety play followed, with an opening falling to the Spaniard, who cleared to extend his lead to 6-1. This is now the 8th rack. Commentary from Ted Lerner and Jim White.
8. Current score is 6-1 in favor of Mr. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, and he is breaking.
Francisco back to the table to break yet again. Thunderous break.
Sixth ball is down. He can see the 1. If he's going to try to pocket it, it's going to be a very sharp cut.
Yeah, the problem though is the 2 ball. The middle of the table, it's married to the 9. Doesn't look like it's available anywhere. So is there any value in attacking this one? I think you're going to see a safety here. There's just no point in pocketing this. You can't get anywhere near the 2. A much easier opportunity to play safe here than in attack in the 1 and on the 2. So
well, the 2 doesn't. If you could see it on your next shot, it doesn't really go anywhere.
yeah,
It is married. I think it's touching the 9 ball, Jim.
Yeah, just draw this to the left-hand cushion and in behind the 7. Bump the 1 up table. Didn't get behind the 7. And again, the same situation facing Ko. No point in attacking here. So both players are going to volley safeties. Wait for an opening that affords a chance to dislodge that 2.
Extension, please.
Yeah, that's not on this shot, is it? Even if he attacked it, it very difficult to break up that 2-9.
Well, he's called for his extension. Bought himself an extra 40 seconds. Safety's tough here too. 1 is available. It's fair to say that Ko hasn't been too lucky. You know, the balls are just running right now in Francisco's favor.
Yeah, he let that 1 peek out from behind that 2-9 cluster, so Ruiz can see part of the 1.
You're looking to see
Extension,
whether or not
please.
he might be able to bank that 2. And now he's used his extension. So both players, no more time extensions in this rack. Well, he's trying to bank the 1 into the corner, and he's got it. And I'll tell you what, he's perfect on the 2.
Wow, that's impressive.
If he looked at this angle, and you know something, Ted? Look at where the cue ball finished. In banking this 1, even had he missed it, Ko had nothing but a jump shot. And he has placed that cue ball perfectly to attack the bank. No, he's elected not to. He looked at it. Well, the short cue is going to be coming out of the corner of Ko.
Well, and this is kind of shot that he needs to make to give himself a little jump start here in this match. The thing is, Jim, the 3 ball is right down where he's standing, so even if he manages to make this, he's still going to have to work to get position. Oh,
Oh, and bumped the 3 out, so the 3 is available.
so as we said earlier, there is a fair amount of luck in 9 ball, and there it is. He really has no business being at the table right now, but he is still shooting. He's got that 3 ball developed. Will that be the spark?
Was I the one that was saying that he wasn't getting any breaks? Made up for it with 1 shot.
got to be very frustrating, Jim, for a player like Ruiz, who's playing so well, to see that happen. But these players know that oftentimes that luck evens itself out. Everybody, sooner or later, is the beneficiary of some of that luck, just like what happened to Ko Ping-Chung just now. And you're also on the receiving end of it as well, when it doesn't feel so good and it goes against you. So will this be the spark? Can Ko put together a package to get back into this match?
Well, we both know he's more than capable. But it's going to start one ball, one rack at a time.
Oh, he gets the 1 kicked in. The 6 goes in, and he's got a shot on the 2. Well, those pool gods seem to be shining down.
Fair to say Mr. Momentum has changed chairs.
Right. And all on a lucky break, a lucky pot, and not just a pot in the last frame, getting the 3 ball in position.
Well, marginally overhit that. Just try and draw this back, get over to the side cushion. Get back out the middle of the table for the 4.
It's just a formality here. So following the script of how you do it in 9-ball, take advantage. Whether it's luck or skill, you must pounce whenever you get a chance at the table. And a good rack there from Ko Ping-Chung gets him to 6-3, and he's on the comeback trail against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
Welcome back to the 2019 US Open, and here in Vegas, Spain's Francisco Sanchez Ruiz is in control of his match with Ko Ping-Chung. He leads 6-3, but in the 10th rack there was just the suggestion that the tables could start to turn. Ko Ping-Chung broke and the 2-9 combination presented itself, allowing him to pull a rack back. This is now the 11th.
He's got the 1 down again.
You know, I think that's why these players stay so confident in their chairs, even when they are trailing, because they know it can turn, and one break can provide the opportunity for a player. They all have the ability to string these racks together. Well, if nothing else, Francisco knew that he built up a tidy lead and can afford to weather the storm here somewhat.
Well, you can see this 2-ball.
3-4 combination here. And it has to be made. So I'm not surprised at all to see him take a little more time with this. Again, in attacking the combination, he's got to know where that 3 is going to head.
Oh, well done.
The speed that he played that shot was everything.
Well, it certainly hasn't just been luck that's brought him back. It started this run, but you are seeing the formidable talents of Ko Ping-Chung on display right here.
Looking very much like it's going to be 6-5. And again, with Ko breaking and the controls in his hand.
Yes, and he seems to have gotten a fairly good measure of that break shot, Jim. And he could be at the table for a while.
That's not his best shot. Not by a long ways. Yeah, just showing you where he intended that cue ball to go. So now, he's not going to be able to get close to the 9. It's going to have to come with a good shot on the 9. It's going to have to come with a good shot on the 8. No prizes for guessing that this is missable. And given the circumstances, there's a lot of significance on him knocking this 9 in. Big moment.
Extension.
Never threatened the corner, did it? It's just a poor shot from 7 to 8.
Yeah, being on the rail and couldn't do much with that cue ball after the 8. That's a huge mistake. Now, Ruiz has to capitalize. That would be a big blow to Ko Ping-Chung. And a big boost in confidence for Ruiz if he can make this 9.
Well, no more questions now. Mark that rack down, folks at home, if you're keeping score. That could be a serious turning point. Looked very much like it was going to be 6-5 with Ko breaking. He left himself too much to do on this 9, but it was 2 shots earlier. This is the real mistake. position from the 7 to the 8. Should have been straightforward, and he would have been able to get right up behind that 9. And in the end, Ruiz was presented with a gift. Oh, the 1 stayed out.
That's a dry break with a shot on the 1. So a chance for Ko to make amends for that mistake in the last rack.
Yeah, and had that 1 gone into the side, just look at the 2, 3, everything was there. It's so important to get a ball off the break. And Ko has to feel blessed to get back to the table so soon.
Can't emphasize enough to fans out there how important that break shot is. And it's not as random as you might think. Whoa. That wiped its feet on the way in, but it does go.
Yeah, watch this. I guarantee you, on the outside tables that were being employed the last 3 days, that got a lot of pool action on them, that ball wouldn't have dropped. With the newer cloth and everything, the tables are a little bit more sympathetic. This table will tighten up, adorned with beautiful Simonis cloth, and the player's choice in that regard in these diamond match tables. Again, the conditions here are as good as the sport can present. Tricky little escape shot.
Extension, please.
For Ruiz. Even contacting the 2. The 7 makes it tricky from the right-hand side, and he really has to jack up and spin around the 8 to get it from the left. Even after contact, getting it safe, that's the mission. Almost. Oh, and cutting this in, Ted. The cue ball is going to track up table. Up near where the 3 is.
Well, this should work out nicely.
Wow, it's short of speed, short of ideal speed. He's struggling a little bit. You know, right now, if I had to say the area that he needs serious work is positional play. It's been very costly so far.
It has. He's been out of position on a number of occasions. He really and should be playing this rack to tie the match.
Yeah, not to critique these top players. They do precious little wrong, and
Extension,
we tend
please.
to assume that, you know, they play at such a high level that you don't see the mistakes that you'd normally get from club players. But every now and then, they show us they're human.
That was always going to be difficult. Now, can he get safe? No.
Well, again, had he played a better positional shot, he wouldn't have been asked to make that difficult a 3.
So that is the story of the match. Poor positional play from Ko Ping-Chung has opened the door repeatedly for Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, and for the most part, the Spaniard has walked right through. And here's another chance. That was flirting with disaster there.
Well, thin cut on the 4. to the bottom left corner. Cue ball tracking over between the 6 and the 7. So again, the speed that he plays this shot is crucial. And he won't want to contact any balls over on that right side. Oh, he caught it thick. He caught it thick and he got away with it. Could easily have nestled behind the 6. Shake of the head. He knows he got away with an effort that could have been costly. Another look. Oh, this is a good shot.
Well, I guess luck does have a way of evening itself out.
Every chance now to secure the rack and move one more clear. In the corner.
And overall, this will be a big confidence booster for Ruiz as he inches towards the magic number of 11, knowing that his opponent was not able to capitalize on his good fortune earlier. So now 8-4 in favor of Ruiz. And he's feeling pretty good at this point.
Welcome back to Las Vegas and the knockout stage of the US Open. We're down to the last 16, and in our second match of this round, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz is up against Ko Ping-Chung. Ruiz has held the lead from the early stages of this match and held off various fightbacks. In the 13th rack, Ruiz broke and ran the rack out. This is now the 14th, Ruiz appearing to have mastered the break. Commentary comes from Ted Lerner and Jim White.
There you go, sir.
Once
Once
again,
again,
he was
we are
asking
in game
referee John Lehman
number 15.
for the chalk
score is
is the
currently
players are not
9-4
allowed to go look
in
at the
favor
rack.
of Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
Whereas you might
and
see,
he is
used to, if you've
breaking.
watched 9-ball before, after the referee racks, oftentimes the players inspect it. They go down and hover over it, and what they're doing there is looking for various gaps or in the rack, because a lot of players know if they see a gap, that might mean a ball goes a certain way, and then they will hit the rack according to what they see as a gap. So in this instance, here in the US Open, they have barred players from observing the racks. You have to stay at your end of the table. So he didn't want to go get his chalk because he didn't want to be penalized for walking down towards the rack.
Yeah, that's a good shout, Ted. But what a good break here. Once again, they're there on a silver platter for him.
Certainly are. And I think that's a great rule, Jim. It's what it does is it forces the players to hit the rack hard. It's still a skill shot. It's still something that those who practice it will have an advantage.
Just swinging that cue ball using body English to get it away from the 7. He didn't want it to be hampered queuing over it. It looks just off straight if he wants to play it into the corner. Option B would be into the side pocket. Either way, he should be able to get that cue ball up table for the 4 next.
Extension, please.
As the finish line nears, I think you're going to see Ruiz take a little bit more time, compose himself. Just marginally overhit that, shaking his head. Now, what could have been straightforward just becomes a little trickier now.
A little distance on this shot now.
And again, he's not going to be able to get his cue hand on the table. So it just marginally increases the degree of difficulty on this shot, and also understanding it's probably the rack winner if he gets it. Because he knows the 6 is over the side.
Overall, he has just been exhibiting and exuding confidence throughout this match. And just go back to his run through the field in the double elimination stages, where he went undefeated, and all matches except one, he was pretty much in total control throughout. So that just tells you that he has come here to Vegas feeling very confident about his game. And he now leads 10-4. He is breaking for the win here in the round of 16. There it is. 1 in the side. 2 is down. Shot on the 3. Well, Jim, strike up the band.
Yeah. Might have saved his best break for last. Cue ball was kicked. It actually kicked down to where it was closer to the 3. So again, if this 4 passes the 9, this is going to be a straightforward clearance for him. And he's played it in a manner that tells me it does. Just slightly off angle though, to be able to stay over there for the 5 next. So he's going to have to let that cue out a little bit here. This is the shot. If there's going to be a mistake, and if Ko is going to have any chance, he needs a miss here, because everything else is over the pocket.
Well, was it a thrilling and breathtaking performance like Joshua Filler? No. But it was a very solid workman-like performance from Ruiz, and I would bet that when we interview him afterwards, that he will say that he is satisfied with this performance. And he's going to find himself queuing over that 9 ball.
Yeah, just hold his nerve for a couple more shots.
Extension, please.
Yeah, great performance, really. solid.
This is the kind of performance that can carry you far because it's the thing that you can rely on. You can't always rely on having a breathtaking performance like filler. So Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, 11-4, dominating Ko Ping-Chung, who was a bit out of his element today. And Ruiz gets congratulations from fellow Spaniard David Alcaide. He moves in to the quarterfinals.
Confirmation that Francisco Sanchez Ruiz is through to the quarterfinals, where he will take on Joshua Filler, winner of our opening match in the knockout stage. Coming next, the clash between Jeffrey De Luna and Imran Majid in the Party Poker US Open of 2019.